Hello, friends of Verus, friends of truth and privacy for all, friends of decentralized, rent-free, community-driven, public, scalable blockchain infrastructure with layer one, DeFi, decentralized IDs, soon to be coming soon to the mainnet near you. ID and NFT marketplace and the Verus Vault. Yes, coming very soon to mainnet. I'm here to share these price charts with you, though, not talk too much fundamentals, although how can you separate them? It's all market psychology. And today, this is 7th of November. I'm E. Juliano, and I am welcoming you in as I share my screen to look at a Verus price chart against USD. Looking at the Verus price chart against USD, I hope you're doing well, and I would like to jump right into this thing. Well, what is going on? There's a big triangulation since the beginning of the year, 2021, around January. Bottoming there, topping in April, May, end of April, beginning May. Next bottoming was around the end of July, beginning August. And then we touched price up in beginning September. Tried to reach down towards the end of October, but really it's been a sideways chop in this middling area, a bit of the lower middling area. If we look at this dotted line as a kind of a splitter in between. And so we just hover a little bit below. This box here represents the previous resistance and previous support levels, and a little bit of choppiness here, and just basically representing a great opportunity to make, I know this is financial advice, but make yourself a little bit more fat-pocketed of the Verus variety. If you want to lock up some Verus in the Verus vault, it's coming soon, so grab some more of that. Now, the key thing here is the price action has climbed up above the previous resistance here, and it's above the closing resistance, but it's above also now the intra-day resistance. This is a daily price chart, so it's significant enough. It's not the weekly, but it's a significant enough price level on a daily time frame here. We're above this level here, so that's important. That's very important. The reason being is that it's more bullish to be above this than it is to be below it. So I do get the sense the next move is to get higher here, and eventually we are going to reach these $1.25 to $1.40 levels, $1.45. So $1.25 to $1.45 level coming next. I'm going to box that out here. $1.25 is based on all these resistances. Let's do it. We'll call it $1.24, but it's really till the $1.45 area, $1.48, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we'll call it about there, and we will extend it forward. Let's see when we get there. So right now we're in a nice zone. I'm going to get rid of that though, but just to notice, we're in quite a nice zone of potential accumulation. So grab them while you can. Next, the idea here, again, this is a log chart here. No, it's not the log chart version. That's why we have this big symmetrical version here. When we log chart it, it changes the look. Changes the look, and it also gives room for this downtrending line here to play with more of the resistances and have, and then you basically have, let's call it, whoops. Then you have just this here and just this here as little anomalies. So that's fine. So that's a significant area. Either way, we squeeze into this area. There's not much remaining. So yeah, time is on our side here. This is October, so when we calculate it out, December is not far away. We are pretty much there around here. So it's just easier on the weekly. But anyway, yeah, that's where this stands on a logarithmic scale, looking really good. We're already above this key level here on a long-term basis. So this level here, and now the important part is being above this level here, okay, which was the previous high. Sorry, it was the previous high before the new highs, which were broken down, couldn't hold them. Now we're just finally hovering above them after, you know, those of you who've been watching, you've been seeing moves like this here into the 80, 90 cents level here. Then this type of move here, even at the end of October, into the 90 cents area here. And if you were really not on vacation in the summertime, you could be getting around the 70 cents to 80 cents level too. And so, you know, notwithstanding this wick of potential fat finger or other issues. Okay, so so that's it. Interestingly, the trend lines don't work always depending on the scale you're on, right? So, okay, in terms of other trend lines, we do have this trend line here, which is roughly being respected. I'm going to change that. We'll put that, and we will put that. Oops, let's get it. So there you go. We are still playing roughly above it, but it depends how you want to draw it. So if you start playing it here, then we're below it. But it's not really that important at this point, I don't think, until it's like convincingly breaking it down and following these downward sloping trend lines. Then we have a problem. Then we start to consider, and remember, none of this financial advice, for the reason being that I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? But you know, the tendency is that the guess is here that we're going up, because, you know, I mean, the efficiencies and effectiveness provided by the Verus network protocol, it just only makes sense, rather than following these trend lines downwards. So even if it goes in this trajectory, still significant comparatively, and that's a seemingly healthy growth. The other thing is it could pop right back up above and then, you know, find its new normal. But again, they would have to hold this trend line the whole time. Otherwise, eventually it's going to break this trend line. Wherever it breaks it from, it's going to break this trend line at some point. So that's why, in that sense, this trend line is not the ultimate and in relevance. But we'll see how long it stands on the USD price chart. So on the logarithmic scale, of course. All right, so that's the Verus with some lines and some boxes. And then I would like to also introduce Ichimoku Cloud. On the daily price chart, Ichimoku Cloud with some, okay, I'm gonna get rid of these. Oops, undo that. This one instead. Revoke and recover that move. All right, so yeah. So here's our potential zone we're looking for here. And then, yeah, you got a bit of resistance with this Ichimoku Cloud. We'll hide this one. I don't know how to recover it on this chart, but whatever. Okay, so Ichimoku Cloud ahead. If we stay at these dollar levels, $10 levels, we're going to find the resistance within a month. Otherwise, it's time to move up and try and break through this cloud. That's basically it. Tried back here in the summertime when it went into the $2 level, but was swiftly rejected right back down within a week's time. Okay, now that's the Ichimoku Cloud. Let's hide that. I would also like to introduce Bollinger Band. Bollinger Band squeezing nicely. Squeezing, winding up, looking for a move either to the upside or downside, but with some volatility. That means it would either most likely be breaking these kinds of significant lows here, okay, or it would be breaking these kinds of significant highs here, okay, and even the highs there, all right? So that kind of volatility is in the mix. The next thing that's going to come around is the 200-day moving average. That's really the theme of this video. I'm just kind of warming you up for the 200-day moving average talk. But as long as we can, get this price chart towards the upper band of the Bollinger Bands without getting rejected there, like if we start going to $1.18, now again, there's not a lot of liquidity here, so whatever. It is what it is. But I do think that the price action does have its significance. It does represent people and their psychology and their willingness. So anyway, yeah, I mean, Verus network is going to bring a lot of usage. It has a lot of, how do you say, economic incentive to use. So I just think that that's what's going to happen, and that means actual demand for the VRSC. But the beautiful thing with the Verus is that the demand can come through the demand can come through the Ethereum bridge when that's live on mainnet with PBAS, but that's a little bit later than the IB marketplace. That's why I don't think that the IB marketplace will bring as much liquidity, but it should bring a significant, how do you say, a significant new capability that is favorable for the price. All right, if you're a price watcher, and if you are, thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well. You know, getting up, moving around, move your body around, keep that functioning and healthy, as well as staying hydrated and all that good stuff. Resting well when the time comes, but when you're chart watching, you want to be paying attention to things, right? Speaking of paying attention to things, after looking at the Bollinger Band, we'll hide that. And now we come to the moving average. That's right. The moving average is a relatively significant moving average. It's a 200-period moving average, and this is a daily price chart. So it's a 200-day moving average. And since it broke the 200-day moving average here, where is this? Since it broke the 200-day moving average there, I think, what type of time frame, when was that? That was like end of June. So tried to break it again, couldn't, end of July. Broke it end of August, was, what, these are days, right? So it's maybe a week here, a week's time. Tried to hold it as support around the beginning of September, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 of September, and then the Karsh happened, and everybody, and then Verus followed, and it tried to break again here, 200-day moving average mid-September, couldn't do it. I fell even further down, making lower lows, 29 September, you know, end of September. Broke, you know, tried to get above here, couldn't hold it again in beginning of October, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 time frame. And since then, again, a few retests here, you know, end of October. And then most recently here, October 30, with a green candle wick, didn't even touch it. And since then, you know, last time we were there was 27 October. So it's been fighting for the better part of 5 months, even with some intermediate victory here, but very short-lived. So this sucker has, oh, let's actually take the date. We'll do price and date. Yeah, so basically, you know, fighting with it for the last 132 days, not really successful. And point being is that when was the last time it fought the 200-day moving average? Is back here, beginning of the year, you know, end of January, mid to end of January, at the 25 cents level. Remember that? So that's the 200-day moving average there. And then the time before that, it was back here in 2020, in the summer, in June, which was really what the next point is. It's the last time that the price was below 200-day moving average was here, back in March and April of 2020. And you remember what happened then. It was fighting 200-day moving average since the July timeframe, July, September. Then that went on for a bit longer, though. It scooped up, took a while to get there for December, January timeframe, still rejectioning, and then beginning in March. So here we are, fighting that 200-day moving average again. And I don't think that it's going to take long before it's time to get to the next level, which is the next level above the 200-day moving average. I don't think we're getting rejected and dumping down further into 70 cents, unless there's a big, a bigger market, a wider market scenario where, let's say, dollar value of assets goes down. Okay, that I can understand. That could be a scenario where this rejection plays out and we find ourselves back to these kinds of levels here around like 50 cents, 40 cents, 35 cents, whatever. But yeah, the bias is definitely to the upside, and the bias is to get above the 200-day moving average, hold it like this, hold it as some support like this, and then boom, gone. Whenever it comes back down, support it and keep going. That would be a nice impulse for us, wouldn't it? Yep, so there you go. That's your VRSC, Verus coin chart price in USD. Next time I'll come with the BTC version of the price chart. Let's make this a little bit thicker. There you go. So next time come with the BTC version of the price chart. Shout outs to Safe Trade Exchange. All right, everyone. I hope you're doing well. And if you're catching this and you haven't yet really looked into Verus, check out the website, verus.io, and all of that good stuff. Check out the Discord for sure. Do your own research on this financial advice, but it is definitely a potential opportunity of a lifetime. But then again, this is crypto, so those seem to abound monetarily or financially, whatever. Okay, but this one is a bit deeper than that, isn't it? If you know, you know. Okay, until next time, stick around. If you like the price charts, especially, I'm here for some price charts and some chatty. Goodbye.